every chance we get, you know these kids will get belligerent, cause though we know better in this world we unprepared. Cause peer pressure's strong and it was never cool to care about the consequences.
2020 is a big year for Arctic Cat. Well, actually it's kind of a small year in sled options, but a big year in changes to the lineup. I guess really it's not totally the lineup, but it's the way that they sell sleds. Yeah, this is a pretty big departure from the norm. And for those who've been hiding in a cave since the public release on February 22nd of 2019, I'm gonna fill you in. If you didn't spring order your 2020 Cat, you didn't get one. And for 2020, the big news is the Riot. It's a 146-inch 50/50 crossover sled that's playing into a very busy category this season. Yes, it's available as a big old 2-inch Riot X with mountain spindles and high risers, but we're focused on the category that seems to literally be on fire this year. The 146-inch long rail with a 1.6-inch lug Cobra track. And for 2020, there's 3 players in this category. So what's the big differentiating factors for the Riot? Well, for one thing, it's Arctic Cat's first laser-attempted focus at making a true 50/50 on-off trail sled that didn't just pull some length from a mountain skid frame. The 146-inch rear suspension on the Riot is a slide action, and that means that we get the uncoupled rear arm characteristics with the slide action's 1-inch free play on the front upper mount. We like this skid in all its other lengths, and the one thing that we like most is it's a 50/50 crossover that they pulled the tech from a trail side of things, not the mountains, and that's why we feel it's a winner. Sure, the 146-inch rail is long, and yes, you are going to notice more of it when you go to shred a corner on the trails, but one of the things that we like is that this rear skid rides like a trail sled. By this, I mean the conventional torsion rear springs instead of a coilover rear shock, and it works like a trail skid. It floats through good-sized moguls, deals with small chatter exceptionally well, bridges bumps like a 137 couldn't dream of, and while you will get a little rear end flap when you get on the haze brake coming into a rough corner, the buttery smoothness when you stab the throttle exiting and the feel that 146-inch slide action gives you soaks up the acceleration chatter well, thanks to the hallmarks of a well-thought-out 146-inch crossover rail. Damping on all but the front arm shock comes by way of Fox QS3 shocks, and they do a great job of letting us go from on-trail flat-top smooth groom to off-trail fun with nothing more than just a click. Cranking all of the QS3s up to firm allows me to jump, carve, and rip up any powder I find with exceptional ease. The 146-inch rail is perfect for floating through just about anything the 1.6-inch cup lug Cobra will pull me through. While this is a track lug that's on the shorter side for deep powder play, the great part of the Riot is that the harmony of flotation of the 146-inch length, and it allows us to get away with a very trailable lug and yet still get where we want off trail. Under the hood is the updated CTEC 2 SDI 8000. No more slot skirt for this Riot. Squeezing the throttle lifts the forged aluminum spindles in the ARS2 race-derived front suspension and lets us both carve the trail in the fresh powder or rip off a wind lip and throttle through a rear idler wheelie at wide open throttle. The 8000 is playful, snappy, and spools up quick to get you the momentum you need when you expect it. Both on or off trail, the CTEC is a solid contender in the big bore category and still makes us smile under our helmets. Sure, it's a little bit dirty, but yeah, it does work great. To optimize the sit or stand positioning, Arctic Cat opted for the lay-down steering post and a reasonable height rider, and it allows us to do both of those pretty easily. And that can be the make it or break it of a crossover sled. While some feel great on trail, it may be too hunched over off trail and vice versa, but the Riot's found the right harmony between the two. Getting aggressive on the trail and hanging off the inside of the sled to corner hard, the bars are still fully functional without feeling awkwardly tall. But when you pull into the POW and want to stand up, they're right where you need them. Colouration this year is a departure from last year's muted purples, but it's fresh, it's fun, and it suits this style of rider. So with a lot of overall praise, is there anything the Riot isn't? Well, there's the lingering elephant in the room that wonders when Arctic is going to bring a new chassis to the market, or really show the powerhouse capabilities of Textron who backs them. 2020 is no doubt a strange year in buyers' minds with a lack of in-season 2020s available, but maybe this is a strategy that segues Arctic Cat to clearing house, tightening up the ship, and getting ready to pounce on the snowmobile market as hard as the Riot likes to pounce on the fresh powder. Time will tell, but until then, we've got the 2020 Riot, and I've got to say, this is a very formidable sled. Not just off-trail, but handling very respectably on-trail as well. If you like what you've just seen, click the subscribe button and comment below. And make sure you check out all of our great videos on Snowtrax TV's YouTube channel.